Hey guys, Nick here. Currently up for sale is my Ford Fairlane Ghia. It's a bloody beautiful car. I drove it down from Sydney the other day as a bit of an impulse buy, but the reason for sale was me and my fiance, the missus, we're going to finance a wedding, so something needs to go. This car is bloody unbelievable. It's got no rust or whatsoever. It's got full service history. I'll just give you a look inside. Now, being a 1995 Fairlane Ghia, didn't come with the Momo shifter, unfortunately. It is an ex-funeral director's car, which is why it's been made to look like an LTD. So it's got the LTD option pack on the front. It was originally Oxford green and painted mosaic black is the colour code, which is for all funeral services. They all get their cars painted that way. But it was actually sent back by City Ford to Ford Australia to get pulled apart and painted in that colour. I've never heard of that ever happening, but whoever did it did a bloody unreal job. It's probably better than what it come out of the factory, but I'll just give you a start up. So everything works in the car. There's the fuel pump just kicking in. Now, I'm situated in Broken Hill, New South Wales, and I drove the car down the other day, and yeah, this thing just ran like a train. It's bloody comfortable. Now, when I bought the car, I got underneath because I'm the third owner of the car. The second owner had a hoist and allowed me to get underneath the car, and I went through everything because I'm a pretty fastidious buyer. Went underneath it with a torch and checked the tie rod ends, ball joints, transmission, differential, engine, the whole 9 yards, rust. And I've got to say, it's a credit to both the previous owners because this thing is just unreal. It is insured by Shannon's. I was going to keep it as a bit of a toy on the weekend, you know, just a nice cruiser to, you know, burn around with me and the missus, but unfortunately it needs to go because I need to finance a wedding. So my daily drive is a FG XR6, and this thing rides a whole lot better than that thing does, I can tell you. So it's got the suede seats. As I said, it's a Fairlane Ghia. The engine shrouds are off at the moment because I had a new oil pressure switch installed. There's nothing wrong with the old one. It was just getting a bit dicky at the time of showing false readings on the gauge. So bought a really good quality one and tried and won and put it in there. But yeah, everything works. Indicators and the fog lights on either side, you know, depending on what way you're going, left or right, come on as well. The aircon's nice and icy cold. The heater works really well. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the Fairlane floor mats. They're just rubber inserts. Obviously, the director has gotten rid of them at some point. But yeah, this car was parked underground for a couple of years when he decided to rack up the Ks, and then he decided to move it on into another seller. But it's been fastidiously maintained. Like, I'll just show you the engine bay and show you what I mean. So everything's been done on this car. It's had a service in the last 4,000 kilometres, so that means diff, transmission, oils. So transmission oil dipsticks here. Here come the thermos. It's quite hot in Broken Hill here today. That's full. Oil dipstick is full too. I run Castrol Magnatech in it, and so did the previous buyers, because that's what the Ford owner's manual recommends to run. But as you can tell, like, have a look at that. It just runs like a clock. And there's no squeals or anything like that. You know, you get those old creaks and groans when you turn the old power steering in some of these Fairlanes. I've had a couple of big old Fords before. I've had an NL Fairlane Concorde, and that was a creaky, bloody groaning thing. But this thing just doesn't do it. I do have the factory mirrors as well. The reason why these reproductions are on there is because the second owner was worried about damaging the original Ford mirrors, so he took them off and put these on. The original mirrors will go with the car. They are also mosaic black, but it's yeah, so you've got LTD wheels. The car's on a set of Supercat Bridgestones. LTD boot garnish. So there's no marks on the wheels. I do have a set of 5 litre V8 badges there in with the owner's manual, and then it's got full service history too. And the car will come with a PPSR certificate. There's no report of it ever being stolen, finance owing on it, written off or anything like that. So that was one of the previous owners. This has got the 5 litre new badges in there. They're all chrome. So all the logbook history and everything like that, proof of ownership, you know, it's had, you know, been fastidiously maintained, you know, preventative maintenance. It's all been gone through. That's where the car was purchased, City Ford in Sydney. As I told you before, it was originally Oxford Green. And that was the first owner. It's got the tape that you can listen to in regards to the information in the owner's manual. NRMA member card, an old one in there, but that was just the one that was given, I think, at the time. Radio security code. If you ever disconnect the battery for whatever reason and you need the code, it's all in there. CD player works well, 6-stack of CD in the back. Tape player works really well. FM and AM radio, that both works really well too. Cigarette lighter works, everything works. The only thing about this car is that he's taken out the wood grain garnish around the centre console, and it was only just due to sun damage from driving the cars in hot sun and probably leaving them parked with the hearse outside the church. But he's just, and the same thing with the shifter is that these are usually like a silver colour, but the plastic is actually not as well moulded as the ones on the Falcon, so he's just put a Falcon shifter on there. I do have one of these ordered, and it will go with the sale of the car. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, you can find another one of these shifters out here, because they're about $450 to $500 at the best, because I've never seen any one of them for sale. Usually they're just gone instantly, but everything all works. Yeah, it's really well maintained. It's only done 110,000 kilometres, so it's the best one I've seen. Yeah, I'll just show you the boot. So there's no rust or anything in the boot. I went through all of that too. Pretty unreal. So there's all the old hoses and stuff. There's the original mirrors I was talking about. There's no rust under here whatsoever. It's all been fish oiled and everything like that as well. So the spare tyre there, and good gear. So just in there, bloody broken hill dust. Yeah, there's no rust or anything in there whatsoever. This side as well. But the car doesn't use any oil at all for anything. It's just smooth all the time. The only option I think this came out with factory is just those the premium sound there with the Pioneer speakers in the back. But other than that, like, the car runs like a train. So there's no water or anything like that on the ground, or leaks or anything. I checked that out all myself, as I said, but yeah, no, it's a good car. So I'm hoping to get around, I don't know, I think I might just stick 16 grand on it and see what happens. But yeah, look, it is a really good car. I'm taking a loss on this one. But hey, that's cars. I really hope it does go to a good home though. It'd suit a motoring enthusiast or a collector, or even just somebody that wants to use it as a Sunday driver, or even a daily. Like, this car is just reliable. A daily driver would suit this as well, but you want to keep it in good nick, that's the thing. So if you've got the room to park it up, well, why wouldn't you? They're only going to go up anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for viewing my NF Ghia Fairlane.